Well, welcome back, everyone, to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name is Gordy, and I was just wondering, do you know why this pic is significant? Well, apparently it shows the first high five. How is that possible, though? Give me 5 minutes. I bet you can work this into a conversation today. But first, like and subscribe so you can keep up. I do this every single day. I was born in the late 20th century, and it's hard for me to fathom a world where people didn't high five. I feel like it's one of the first things we teach babies, or at least the first thing that I teach babies. The truth is that the gesture we call the high five, raised hands meeting above the head in celebration, is surprisingly young. It didn't appear in the public record until the late 1970s. The first documented high five happened on October 2nd, 1977 at Dodger Stadium. Outfielder Dusty Baker had just hit his 30th home run of the season, sealing a record that gave the Dodgers 4 players with 30 home runs each. As Baker crossed the plate, rookie Glenn Burke threw his hand in the air. Baker, without thinking, smacked it, and that up-top slap was immortalized as baseball's first high five. Glenn Burke, in particular, carried the gesture forward. He became the high five's unofficial ambassador, using it constantly with teammates and fans. Burke also holds another important place in history. He was one of the first openly gay players in the MLB. To his teammates, the high five became both a celebration and his signature move. At nearly the same time, another origin story was unfolding in basketball. At the University of Louisville, teammates Wiley Brown and Derek Smith were known for trading low fives. And if you're like me, you're like, whoa. Low fives already existed? And I'll address that in a second. But in one practice in 1978, Brown lifted his hand too high and Smith met it, and the high five was born again in a different sport. Louisville fans embraced it, and it spread quickly through college basketball culture. Within a few years, the phrase high five itself had taken hold. Sports writers started using it in the early 1980s, and it was quickly adopted into everyday language. By the mid-80s, the high five was everywhere: locker rooms, playgrounds, sitcoms, advertising campaigns, offices, everywhere. And unlike the handshake, which came with centuries of etiquette and rules, the high five was informal, universal, and carried no baggage. It was the jazz of celebratory revelry. But speaking of jazz, let's go back to the fact that the low five already existed. The low five, palms smack down below the hip, had been popular in African American communities since at least the 1920s. It shows up in jazz culture and even in Cab Calloway's Hepster Dictionary from 1938. But I couldn't find any concrete evidence of athletes or teammates congratulating each other by slapping hands before this. I did see a 1960 clip from a French movie of 2 people seemingly high-fiving for the first time on camera. Let's see if I can figure out how to show you that. But they also kind of gripped their hands a little bit too long to officially count as a modern high-five. And also their arm might have been a little bit low, but still, it makes me doubt everything. While all the sources say it was invented in 1977, a lot of me still thinks that's all just too convenient. Will everyone just go ask someone that was born before 1977, or at least did something good to warrant a high five before 1977, what they did to celebrate? Let me know what you learn. I just feel like, it feels so intuitive. But again, I'm born post-high five invention. Of course, athletes in the early 1900s had plenty of ways to celebrate: handshakes, pats on the back, bear hugs, etc. But the above-the-head hand slap is apparently newer than Star Wars. So there you have it. People may have been slapping palms for a century, but the iconic high five, the one we all know today, was apparently born in the late 1970s, and it spread like wildfire, proof that even the simplest gesture can have an inventor and a birthday. I should have saved this one for an accidental genius week, because this is an accidental invention that really took over. Go check out my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Leave me a comment, rate, like, subscribe, share this with someone. Let me know if you're old and if you did good things prior to 1977 that warranted recognition in an immediate sense from someone in your vicinity, and how that recognition was handled. I'd be very interested to know. Go check out the short version I do of all these at Smartest Year Ever everywhere on social media for that condensed clip. And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. I will see you tomorrow in the Smartest Year Ever.